First of all, I want to say I'm not a doctor. I am a certified nutrition coach. That is literally all I am certified to talk to you about. But in terms of coronavirus and what's going around and so much conflicting information, I'm also a working actor, and my entire business is shut down because people can't be in theaters. It's crazy. But in terms of the fact that I practice, the majority of my living comes from helping people be healthy and helping people change their lives and fix themselves on the inside so that they can manifest the image that they want to exude on the outside. I feel like I have to talk about Corona, even though it has nothing to do with diet or exercise. So on that note, this is going to be short and sweet, but I want you all to be cognizant of the fact that this is not necessarily about your chances of contracting. It's more about your chances of spreading, and if we need to be morally obligated to not be in mass quantities of people and not be going outside if we don't have to, because we don't want to spread this. The reason why everything's getting shut down, Broadway shut down, sports is getting shut down, Disneyland is shut down, like, the reason why it's the right thing to do, even if it's the heartbreaking thing to do, is because we are trying to mitigate the spreading of this virus. Because what we're finding is that the reason why you keep hearing people say, well, if you're not infirmed, if you're not already sick, if you're not elderly, you are not at risk, or you are at a 2% risk or a 3% risk. But the more and more information that we are seeing, there are people who are 18, 20, 30, 40 contracting this. And the question we need to ask ourselves is, why is that happening? And I want to come on here and talk about the concept. High Intensity Health, if you don't follow him on YouTube, did a whole detailed video about this. But he really sums it up greatly. So if you're curious by what I say, go check out that video. I will have it linked in my stories after this live. But it's the concept of comorbidities, which is basically the idea that when a virus such as corona is paired with something else that you're already dealing with currently health-wise, which is why elderly people are more susceptible, and it's more dangerous for elderly people to get it, because elderly people tend to be suffering from other health issues. So, but the thing is, what nobody's talking about is the fact that we are in a country that is morbidly obese, suffering from diabetes, has hypertension, has thyroid diseases, all sorts of these things, and that counts as a comorbidity. So like, that is the two things in compatibility with each other. So you might think you're super healthy, you're the super whatever cool 40-year-old, I'm not gonna get this, I'm not 80, but you have diabetes, or you have hypertension, or you're morbidly obese, and now all of a sudden you are one of those people who is susceptible, but nobody's telling you that because you're not 80, or you're not 70, or you're not a grandparent, or what have you. And that's the dangerous part of all this. So my recommendation to you is to take this opportunity that you're forced to be at home, forced to not go out. If you're a New Yorker like me, and it's probably going to start happening and rolling out all over the place, take this time to focus on your health. Take this time to really look inward. Are you somebody who is suffering from hypertension? Are you somebody who is pre-diabetic or diabetic? Are you somebody with fatty liver? Are you somebody with thyroid disease? Are you somebody with risk of heart failure, stroke, etc.? Does that run in your family? Cancer? Like, all of these things, it doesn't matter what age you are. If this is something that, thank you for the love, if this is something that you're dealing with, you are a potential comorbidity with corona. So it's not just for old people, it's not just for sick people. You are probably somebody, or somebody you know, somebody who's already sick and not looking at their life like that, not looking at the fact that, oh, I'm on high blood pressure meds, or oh, I have iffy thyroid, or I'm considered BMI over 25 and I'm considered obese, even though I don't feel obese, I feel healthy, etc., etc. You need to take care of yourself. You are one of those people that they're talking about could be at risk, even if you're not elderly or you feel healthy. You are at risk. Don't be risky. Play it safe. And take this opportunity to focus on your health, focus on how you can alter your lifestyle to stay safe from corona, if at the very least, let alone live a happier, healthier life. So some ways that I think that you can start doing that now, even today, is, and High Intensity Health mentions this as well, the process of intermittent fasting is very, very helpful. It boosts your immunity. It brings on autophagy, which is when the bad cells in your body who are not functioning or have been not formed properly or are not performing to their best, they will get kind of cleansed out and thrown away by your body because they're not productive, and your body recognizes them, but your body doesn't go through this like self-editing cleaning process unless you're in the process of autophagy, which can either happen by diet or it can happen by fasting. So you don't even have to change your diet. You can just start fasting, even something as short as 12 hours, but the best one I would recommend is 18 hours. I feel like that's the best bang for your buck in terms of fasting. And if you just do that, and an 18-hour window is not that hard, you guys. That's still a very long, kind of relatively normal eating window, and that's something that you can do right now to boost your immunity, boost your autophagy, clean your body, rid it of those bad cells, so that if you come in contact with corona, you are at a better threshold than before you started. And in general, look at your lifestyle. And if you are somebody, again, I'm going to say it one more time and then I'm going to sign off from here. But if you are somebody that is suffering, or you know somebody who is suffering from hypertension, fatty liver, thyroid issues, diabetes, has just been told inherently that they are overweight, that puts you at risk for corona, because that is the comorbidity where it is two diseases together, and then it becomes very dangerous because your body's already combating something, whether you feel healthy or not. So be aware. Look at this as an opportunity from the universe that's trying to tell you to take a minute to look at your lifestyle, and you should always be washing your hands, and you should always be doing these things. But now we are literally being forced by the universe to look at it. So I don't mean to be alarmist, but I just want you to be aware that you may feel like this ain't your problem, but obesity is like one of the main killers of people in our society. So with that knowledge, look to your left, look to your right. Somebody's at risk. Maybe it's not you, but be aware. Tell your friends and family. Focus on your health. Try intermittent fasting if you haven't already. That's the easiest thing I can think of to tell you to stay healthy. And I'm going to sign off, but send me some hearts if you're still here. And it's everyone's problem, because we are all, it's everybody's issue, of course. But I just don't want anybody being out there freewheeling and dealing, just thinking like it's no big thing because you're not 80. That's just not true. And go look up what comorbidities are, and go watch High Intensity Health's video going further into the science of it, and you can, the stats and everything, and see if something that maybe you're dealing with puts you more at risk. We're all at risk. We all are. Don't take your life or the lives of those around you for granted. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, guys, let me know if this helped you. I'm going to maybe try and put it on IG Live if I can download it. But I hope that you guys have a great day. Stay safe and stay healthy. Hey, guys, I did this live about a week and a half ago, and in the days since, it has proven exponentially more factual. And it's crazy to me that there are news articles where people are reporting that people are dying with no underlying symptoms, but they show photos and these people are chronically overweight, which means they're probably suffering from diabetes, etc. These are underlying symptoms. It doesn't have to be cancer. It doesn't have to be asthma, something like that, and that the news isn't reporting it. So I felt that it would be worthwhile and beneficial to share with my YouTube community and not just my Instagram community, just out of my due diligence. So stay healthy out there and be cognizant of your underlying issues. Stay safe.